Hey there, everyone. This is a reading for the collective energy for the first week of December. So I've started off by flipping and pulling out a random archetype for us. And this time we are getting the vow. So what this card talks about is this need to consider the promises we make and to consider, are we keeping them or are we breaking them? Now, it's also encouraging us to consider the vows that we make with ourselves. So this card really highlights the importance of the promises we make. And it's also talking about this, do we need to make promises to ourselves, or do we need to break a promise that we had kept with ourselves that it's time to let go of? So we'll see how that fits in with the rest of the reading here. But I'm going to start us off with a Shadowscapes tarot pull. And once again, it's for our collective energies. What are we all going to be feeling this first week of December? And take what resonates, right? If it's not for you, leave it for someone else. Now, I do read intuitively, so I have no clue how many cards I'm going to be pulling until I am done the reading. Okay. All right. So to start us off, we have the Ace of Pentacles showing up. I really like this. So the Ace of Pentacles is talking about this manifestation of money, of funds. So things are looking pretty heckin' good. It's this new beginning, it's new opportunities, and it is looking prosperous. So this might be a good time for networking with other people, even just keeping our eyes out for opportunities that are going to help us. However, the Ace of Pentacles here, it is the holiday season, and it's not just Christmas happening, right? We have other holidays. So it's like if you're celebrating this week, it's looking pretty good, right? It's always nice to spend time with family and friends. So next up, we have the Queen of Swords showing up. So our Queen of Swords is talking about this keen intellect. She is very perceptive. And not only that, this Queen of Swords is independent, right? That doesn't mean alone by themselves. This means independent in the way of I'm accepting things that meet me at my level. I know my worth, and I really like that. So kind of this idea of like stepping into your power, right? And then that takes us to the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups talks about love, partnership, and it's a divinely blessed union here. Like, it's beautiful. I kind of get this vibe that maybe some of you, like, yeah, you were independent and strong in your way, but somebody came in and met you at your level. So I really like that. There's definitely love in the air. 'Tis the season, right? It's a very, very happy and magical time for everyone. So next up, I'm going to draw from the Quantum Oracle. I really like this, though. This is a really nice vibe. Well, and one thing I do want to mention as well, because this is for the first week of December, right? And we do have a new moon happening. I believe it's on the 1st of December. I did do a reading for that as well for the collective, but that is something to consider. Like, that's going to affect this point in time as well. Okay. Okay. All right. So, new opportunities. It's blessed. It's prosperous. It is looking really heckin' good right now. It's this ability to manifest the things we need. We're keen in our intellect and we're strong and we're not accepting things that don't meet us where we are. But it looks like there are folks that are meeting us where we are, and we're open for business, baby. We're open for divine connections, right? I like that. And then next we have transformation coming up, and it's in the cycle. Transformation is definitely something huge during the new moon, right? So the new moon is transformation, right? So I really like how that looks. And that was confirmed by the loving woman. So yeah, there's definitely a possibility of relationships changing, the dynamic itself changing, or this could be meeting new loving folks. Now, I do want to also say that this doesn't have to be a partnership or a romance, right? There are so many forms of love, and we really don't need to view love as it has to be this romantic partnership. Not everyone experiences love that way, and that's totally valid, right? So next, that takes us to status quo. So it's kind of same, right? But I'm getting that you're moving past this, because the next card is, status quo, it talks about a cycle. We're in this cycle of doing the same old stuff, right? But the intention that's coming after the status quo is taking steps. To me, it's like you were kind of feeling maybe restricted walking down this kind of corridor here, and it's just opened right up. And you can see this beautiful castle here. Like, yeah, it's like we're given this opportunity to break out of an old way of doing things, an old way of being, especially coming after the transformation card, right? Next up, we have professional assistants showing up. So it's like this individual here is seeking guidance from this person here. There's a lot of learning happening. And it's definitely a good time to reach out to people around us that can teach us, show us how to do things. I really like this because it is confirmed by a cycle of increase. This kind of tells me that it's like this cycle of I meet someone, they teach me good things, and it helps me to make more money and move forward. And then I meet new people and they teach me things, and then I make more money moving forward. And it's this cycle of learning and then implementing. I really like this. So next up, we are pulling from the Herbiary deck. This is looking really good though. And I really like this acknowledgement. There are 3 cards now talking about cycles that we're in. So given that the new moon is coming up, this might be a fantastic time to sit and consider, what cycle of life are we in? Overall speaking, and even just within different aspects of our lives, right? Okay. What did I just say? Oh, okay. Sorry, I just pulled a card that talks about cycles of nature. Anyway, So after this cycle of increase and getting some assistance, we are drawing the what needs mending. So this right here, we can see a chrysalis, a time of big change and, well, transformation, right? We're making changes. We're moving from this. We're traveling up this way. So that definitely fits nicely. Another thing I want to point out on this card is we can see the butterfly that obviously as well talks about transformation, but the wings we can see are kind of shredded and falling apart. So what this tells us is it's encouraging us to, look at the things in our life and repair that. Is this a hurt that we haven't really had time to grieve? Or, is this a behavior that we're partaking in that is actually pretty harmful to us that we might need to rethink and consider transforming, or even just outright letting go of? So, that's what the new moon talks about, is this change, this letting go, right? Now, the next card was Heart's Home. I really like this one. We can see this tree here is going into these 4 seasons. So, and the tree here, you can see a little doorway. I love that. So, there's so much to point out here. There's a lot happening with the elements. I'm getting elements, I'm getting directions, I'm getting seasons, cycles, that kind of thing. Each one of these windows, right? But it's like, I get this feeling of, this is on the earth, but it's like outside on the corners here is the vast universe, right? So this card itself is talking about what season are we in our lives? Kind of like what the new moon encourages us to do, to look at where we are, look at where we're going. If I'm in winter right now, rest assured, spring is going to come and I will feel this burst of energy and I will be moving forward. So there is a lot of treasure to be found in the seasons and in the cycles of the moon. Nature can teach us so much. It's like we seem to be under the impression that we're separate from nature. We aren't. We're part of nature. We are, in fact, mammals. We are part of the animal kingdom, even if I've got glasses and a nice shirt on, right? I am still a beast of the land. Make no mistake. So definitely a good time to turn inward, compare your life to nature, the seasons, and embrace that and help you to see which parts of yourself need mending, what parts of you need a good snuggle, right? Okay, I'll stop being lame. The next card showing up is Marshmallow, a spoonful of sugar. So one fun thing about marshmallow, it's actually a gift from the ancient Egyptians. So marshmallows, it's a root of a plant that we use. You can see it kind of on the bottom here. And traditional marshmallow, it's no joke. Like old school baking is no joke. Like this is an undertaking to bake a cake of this stature. And it was meant for royalty. It was meant for celebration. It was a huge deal to take the time to make something like this. So what this is telling me right now is we're making some changes. We're transforming at this time. That's what the energies are. We're encouraged to go inward, to look at our cycles that we're in, to compare it to how does this fit with me? And we're also encouraged to enjoy the sweet things in life too. And once again, that fits. It's the holidays, right? There's a lot of joy out in the air too. And even if we don't like the winter time because it's cold and snowy, it's the older I get, the more I actually appreciate it, right? Because it is kind of a magical time in this weird way. Now I'm going to pull one more from my Shaman Oracle just to close off the reading here, but I really like how these energies are looking for the first week of December for us. Okay. And we got the Shaman of Birth. So this is talking about a new beginning. It's talking about a transformation that has taken place, right? And all this talk of transformation and our intentions, right? It reminds me of the archetype we drew of the vow. Are we honoring the promises that we make to ourselves? Are we respectful of ourselves? Are we honoring our promises to others? Do we need to course correct and change the promises or rework promises that we've made to ourselves? Yeah, I really like that. And not only that, the Shaman of Birth, I always feel called to say that birth is not, it's not a quick process, right? Uh, you have to, get comfy with someone first. Not the best way to word that, but, courting and whatnot. And then, yeah, it's 9 months. 9 months of carrying that. And it is, it's a process. Much like this marshmallow cake. It's a bad comparison, giving birth and a marshmallow cake. But my point being, some of the sweetest victories, some of the sweetest flavors are ones that took the time, ones that took the dedication and took us being, what's the word I'm looking for? It takes time and it takes dedication. It takes us committing to it, right? So I really like how this looks for the first week of December. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a fantastic week. Enjoy this energy and don't forget to taste the sweetness of it. All right. Take care, guys.